Toot vi. Tisdh li tuen bbivn hcbn va yucu saintingen. Gui nuyen jing vn giucmxc. Linmek vtp trong vogcnh inthentka ngigcu Bulldozer, the resurrection of a soul that whimper. It wasn't loud or mournful, yet it was persistent and strangely haunting. It was too fragile, utterly swallowed by the pouring rain and the hurried indifference of the crowd. It was a plea for help, being suffocated, a tiny flame about to flicker out. I was on my way, my mind preoccupied with daily thoughts, when that cry clung to my soul, refusing to let me turn my back and walk away. And then I saw it. Under the terrified, innocent gaze of his grandchild, a man was callously and calmly tossing a small creature into the frigid, swirling river. Indignation flared up inside me like a fire, burning away all hesitation. I plunged into the water. The bone-deep cold of the river, the mud, none of it mattered anymore. The only thing driving me was the desperate urge to save that pitiful life from the jaws of death. As I approached, he grew even more frightened, curling up like a dry leaf. He had endured so much abuse that even a hand reaching out in help became a threat. I had to use every ounce of patience and gentleness to get closer, softly whispering meaningless reassurances. His entire body was icy cold, caked in mud, a skeletal frame barely covered by skin riddled with sores. Cradling him in my arms, I felt his utterly helpless trembling. I brought him home and turned my kitchen into a makeshift emergency clinic. As the layers of dirt were washed away, the shocking truth was laid bare. His face was swollen, his body almost bare, covered in horrific scars and festering wounds. He was severely malnourished, battling serious skin infections, and his paws were so swollen he couldn't walk. His nails were worn down to the quick. I named him Bulldozer, a powerful name, a prayer for the resilient spirit I knew was hidden within him. The first few days were an intense struggle for survival. Bulldozer refused all food, all water. He just lay curled up, his dull eyes filled with extreme fatigue and a profound loss of faith in humanity. He would whimper whenever I tried to approach. I understood I couldn't force him. I could only place the food and water nearby, then step back. I sat for hours, silently, letting him grow accustomed to my presence, letting him learn that this hand carried not threat, but protection. We began a difficult journey of healing. Twice a day, I gently cleaned and medicated his wounds. Bulldozer would flinch and tremble, but I held him close, whispering words of comfort. Alongside medical treatment, I started physical therapy for his weak legs. I massaged his muscles, supported his fragile body, and encouraged him to stand for just a few seconds at a time. They were moments of high tension, but I saw a faint flicker of resolve in his eyes, and then, the miracle came, slowly but surely. One morning, I offered him a bowl of warm chicken porridge. He lifted his head, sniffed tentatively, and then took a cautious lick. That moment, for me, was worth more than any reward. From that first lick, he began to eat, gradually regaining the strength to fight. A few weeks later, a soft, dark coat of fur began to grow back, replacing the infected skin. His eyes became alert, losing their panicked, fearful look. He was able to stand and walk on his own 2 feet. One glorious morning, I woke up to something unbelievable. Bulldozer was standing by my bed, gently wagging his tail. He was no longer timid. He rested his warm head against my leg, a silent, complete expression of gratitude. I hugged him, and for the first time, he fully surrendered. His body, once rigid with fear, was now soft and completely trusting in my embrace. From that day on, Bulldozer became an indispensable part of my life. He is no longer a victim, but a warrior, an intelligent and loving companion. Bulldozer's story is the most vivid testimony that despite facing cruelty and the deepest wounds, compassion and love remain the greatest healing forces. I no longer remember the coldness of that river, but I will never forget the warmth of a soul resurrected in my arms.